Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. What do you reckon to the new chair? Courtesy of Facebook Marketplace. We had a bit of a gap. Once the Christmas tree was down, we had a bit of a gap in the living room, and this appeared on our local village Facebook Marketplace group, and I said, let's have it. Suit me down to the ground, that. So yeah, got my own little old man's chair now, but it's really comfy, and been sitting in here and watching the football. Feel like a right old git, but anyway, hope you like it. Right, last week's game, and I must say before we go into last week's game, Mansfield Town versus Crewe it was. Nice to go to Mansfield for the first time, more of that in a minute. It's a sad week this week. The R5 demo finally came to an end. I've got to say a massive thanks to Canon for loaning me the R5 for what was nearly 2 months, 6 weeks, 2 months. I can't remember when I received it, a while ago anyway, to make my printing videos. But yeah, the R5 sadly has gone back this week, so it's back to the 1DX tomorrow, back on the 70-200, and got to start saving for some pennies. If any of you guys would like to help out and help me save some pennies, I'll put the funding page link in the description below, the Ko-fi page. Yeah, it's great. I've still get the odd coffee bought for me on the Ko-fi page, and I've got to say thanks to the guys that have bought me coffees lately. It all adds up, and I make sure I put it all back into the channel, whether it's bits of kit for filming like these new mics or whatever, something like that. But anything that goes in the Ko-fi page always goes back into the channel some way, shape or form, whether it's a bit of fuel to get to the next match or whatever. So yeah, got a bit of saving up to do now for the R5, so yeah, but hopefully not too long on back on the 1DX, then I'll get an R5. And it was I can't rave about the R5 enough. I never really got into the guts of the camera itself. I never really had time to sit down and go through it, but the brief settings that I gave it for football, mainly for sport, was absolutely spot on. And like I've raved about in the past videos, the pull that it allowed me to do. I mean, incidentally, I've just put my ×2 Canon extender on eBay because I don't need it. I don't need it anymore. The pull, when I'm doing the manager shots, I always used to put my ×2 converter onto the 400 to make it an 800, knock it up to about f11, knock the shutter speed down to about 600 to make sure I still got the speed and the depth, and use the ×2 extender to get any manager shots. But with the R5, I haven't needed that at all. It's the ×2 converters just become extinct, because I know that even when I pull the managers in, it's still fantastic quality. You know, even if they're quite animated and they're flinging about, I can keep the shutter speeds up, don't need to shut them down, and the quality has been fantastic. So yeah, I've put the ×2 extender on eBay now. But yeah, so hopefully, well, for the time being, the R3 is obviously going to go on the RF 400, but I know it'll cope fine, and I'm really going to have a good play with the focus tracking now for the next couple of weeks, and just see how I get on with that. Now that it's not so busy through the 400 lens, I can try and track players when I'm gathering my stock on the R3 and see how it copes with that. So it's going to be on focus tracking tomorrow, so watch this space in the next video. But yeah, and the old 1DX is going to go back on the 70-200 for now, but I know I trust the 1DX 100%. Going to be a bit different. I'm going to lose that EVF, the electronic viewfinder, back to the old standard DSLR. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine for a month or two until I get an R5. But anyway, enough of that. Enough dreaming. Last week's game, Mansfield Town versus Crewe Alexandra. Pinneck. 1 goal in it, and I was blocked. I don't know. I was following the play. It was 2 minutes in. Crewe scored because I went. Mansfield were second. Their one and only, well, their first chance in a while to go top of League Two, and anyway, ended up getting beat 1-0 by Crewe. But Crewe scored in the second half, and I went Mansfield attack first half, thinking that Mansfield were probably going. I think Crewe were or are about 7th, 6th, 7th in the lead. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I thought Mansfield are on a flyer at the minute, bound to score first anyway. Went Mansfield attack both halves, because as soon as Crewe scored, they were on the defensive, and I've got to say, it was a defensive masterclass. The majority of my set, and quite a lot of this set that I'm going to show you, was just defensive tackles, clean tackles, hardly any cards, and Crewe really did defend well, and a well-deserved 3 points in the end. But I was really busy on the Mansfield attack, for as soon as Crewe scored on the 2nd minute, they went defensive, and that was that. But anyway, yeah. Right, let's delve into the set without further ado, and I'll show you the images. Right, first image then. General view of the ground. Now, I didn't realise Mansfield, I said last week that Mansfield Town was quite an old ground, but it's not, it's quite a new ground actually. It's been quite well redeveloped. It's got 3 stands, 3 sides, and the other side, the side with no stands and where they do the TV filming from, is just a load of advertising boards. So not the best backdrop really, but anyway, I wanted to try and show that the ground only had 3 sides or 3 stands to it. So yeah, this first one, made the most of it. Went up to f16, 16mm f22 for this, for the old Sunstar. Obviously this time of year the sun's nice and low, so I got a nice Sunstar on this and managed to take the shadows out a bit just to start the set off. And then, as you know, it has been terribly wet everywhere. There's still a lot of flooding in the Midlands, and the pitch at Mansfield wasn't the best quality on one corner, and as you can see here, the groundsman obviously done a fantastic job to try and make it playable, so did a good job there, but still really wet. So I just thought I'd get down low and get a nice low angle just to show the quality, you know, the quality of the pitch, and that we've had a lot of rain in the last week. So yeah, that was another image that I sent off. And again, I went up in the stands for this one just to show that, you know, you can see Mansfield Town, if you like, all the tops of the houses, all the rooftops in the background, and yeah, that part of it looks quite oldie worldy. But yeah, it was a nice ground to work at, and we could sit where we want, do the managers, and it was nice to and free to roam. So that was great, and good to meet Chris and his wife, the Mansfield Town photographers. Yeah, so I had a good chat with them and caught up with them, and they were really helpful. So thanks for making me feel welcome, you guys. And yeah. Right, now as you know, I always like to start the set off with fans arriving, just to go, try and get a nice story going. Like I've said in the past, always what you look for is, what you're looking for in your own set is that you're going to go and give your set of images to a complete stranger and let them read it like they're reading a book. So I always start with a general view of the ground, and then, like I've said in all the past videos, get the fans arriving, because I like to get a bit arty-farty and go outside the ground and try and compose some nice images of the fans arriving with a bit of colour. So this lad was, although I don't really go for the images where the fans are looking straight down the camera at me, but this lad wasn't. He was smiling and his scarf fell just right, so sent that one off. And then these old boys walking in along the street with the cars and that, and just a bit of blue fence there. And then these guys as well, although he doesn't look very happy. But yeah, just getting the fans arriving was nice. And then this one's quite nice. I always say, when fans are looking in their phone before the game, a fan gathers outside the stadium, checking the team sheet on her phone or something, on their phone or something like that, you know. But just makes a nice image to start the set off. Back into the ground, getting the ref warming up. Always nice to get the ref warming up, and he gave us some nice smiles. And then here we go, we're on to kick off already. Got them other images sent off, and just got the ref and his 2 assistants walking out holding the ball, players shaking hands, just to keep that set going, building the story. And then this is where I'm got blocked for the goal. What's this? Look, that's 4 minutes, 4 minutes past 3, and I think they kicked off about 2 minutes past 3, and I know the goal was on 2 minutes. So yeah, so missed the goal. The celebration rang the wrong way, blocked by all the Mansfield fans, so all the Mansfield players. So I had to get something, so I quickly swung back onto the Crewe supporters just to get some sort of reaction of the Crewe goal, so that I could send something off. So quickly grabbed a few images of the fans cheering and looking my way, because they were obviously goading the Mansfield fans behind me. And then I did get a bit of a gap and got a bit of a goal celebration. Nothing special, but a bit of a goal celebration. And just a bit of stock in the end, as it turned out. The Crewe goalkeeper made some really fantastic saves, so thought I'd send a bit of stock of him in. And then it really was a set of defensive images, really. There was headers, and he just made a save here, and I should have put the whole set in, really. I got the player coming in and going over, but I sent that one off, I know I did, and keeper's got his eyes shut. But it was just a really good save again. He came out, the ball's just bounced out of frame, I think, there, but yeah, made a good save. Crewe had another shot late on, and I thought, go on, score. So I've got a goal selling, or a goal at least. But Mansfield Town keeper made a really good save there, and shame, because although it's Long's back, he's still nice and sharp. And that's heck of a pull on the R5 again, and great quality. But and it was nice to see Nigel Clough, not done a game, not done Mansfield before, so nice to see Nigel Clough, their manager, just giving out some instruction there. Look, I think, what time is this? This is 4:10, so this is into the second half now, and he's giving out some instruction. And then as time's going on, look, this is half-4 now, so not far off second half, and I just wanted to get lots of reaction of Mansfield getting really frustrated and you know, not so much dejection, but he'd had several shots at goal and he just couldn't get it. He just couldn't get past their defence. A bit of dejection. The Crewe manager giving out some instruction. Again, always keep your eye on the bench. You never know what's going on, and it's nice. You never know what stories are going to come out, and the wider variety of images you've got in your set, you know you've got something to go along with a story if it might come out. You know, but that's Crewe Alexandra's captain getting some instruction off the manager. And again, Crewe taking the brunt of it. This lad, I think he came on as a sub, and was flying down the right wing a lot, flying because I position myself on the right wing. I always try and get manager's side, whether I'm whichever attack I'm going, I'll always try and go manager's side so that I can get some nice reaction, and you don't have to pull in quite as much. So you're on the manager's side. So he was coming down the right wing all the time, flying, but the Crewe were just holding him off, and it was a really good defensive masterclass. And again, just another Crewe player heading away. But I can, you know, if the story at this point, I don't know what the story is going to be. Obviously, a surprise win by Crewe, and you never know what images they're going to use with Crewe, you know, defending really well. So I was just sending a bit of reaction from Nigel Clough there. You know, what's going on, lads, or whatever. But more headers from Crewe, more clearances from crosses, and a bit of dejection there from Nigel Clough. And what's the time now? 52. So we're well into extra time here, and I'm thinking, oh, I've chose the wrong side, blocked for the goal. You know the feeling when you haven't really got much to send off. Just look for anything else you can that you think might be a story, you know. And a bit more instruction coming from Nigel Clough there. And then, just like that, full time. And then I'm thinking, right, is the story going to be Mansfield lost out on going top of the league? Because I'm not sure if Stockport won or not. But anyway, I think Stockport stayed top of the league. But it was Mansfield's first chance for quite a while to go top of the league. They didn't. So I'm thinking, let's get some dejection. So players, some of them dropped to the knees and that and just looked really dejected. And then I thought, right, I better get a bit of Cloughie. So, he doesn't like being called Cloughie, I don't think. A bit of Nigel Clough. And he's just blowing his cheeks out there, a bit of dejection again, and then looking up thinking, flipping out, we should have won that and we didn't. And then this is the goal scorer for Crewe, Joe White, I think his name is. And he went off. I didn't get much stock of him. I got a little bit of him, but this is the goal scorer. So once they came, I ran full length of the pitch at full time to try and, because I knew that the Crewe players and the managers and staff were going to go to the away fans. And I thought, right, I've got to hot foot it down to the other end. So I ran like a man possessed to the other end where the Crewe fans were. Just got there in time, straight away looking for Joe White, the goal scorer. He was subbed off, so he had all his wet weather gear on and that, all his winter weather gear on. Did manage to get him giving a bit of a celebration to the fans, so that was good. And got a bit of the keeper. He had a cracking game. Then a bit more of the goal scorer again, and then just concentrate on the manager. And incidentally, don't know if any of you guys have ever seen this before. My laptop's cracking on now. It's about 8 years old, but all of a sudden my blacks in Photo Mechanic are looking blue, look, and I don't know why it is. Can you see? I don't know what's up with it, but yeah, all the pure blacks are pixelating blue for some reason, so I've had to put up with that for a bit. But anyway, yeah, I'm going off my set. So yeah, just finished on the manager really, and then just the fist pump at the end, and then a few more defensive shots afterwards. This is bit more obviously after full time I sent these off, but once again Crewe Alexandra heading Mansfield Town, corners clear, this was a close range sort of tap in, keeper saved it. Another great tackle here. As you can see, here's the 5-yard box, and another great tackle there. Another tackle there, clearing it, and that's all I was sending was Crewe tackles, and it was great really. And another header clear, great save from the keeper, another tackle from Crewe. It was all my end for both halves, but it was just that 1-2 minute, that goal that they got on 2 minutes. And yeah, and then just a bit of applause at full time again. And yeah, finished the set off nicely. But yeah, jobs are good. And incidentally, I'm at Crewe tomorrow, so I've got 2.5 hour trip to Crewe Alexandra tomorrow. They're playing Swindon, so that should be good. Another ground I haven't been to at Crewe, so that'll be a nice ground to go to. And yeah, Crewe Alexandra versus Swindon Town tomorrow. And what I have done this week, I've made sure I've kept an eye on both Crewe Alexandra and Swindon Town's Twitter feeds, or X feeds, and just for any sign-ins. And I noticed that Swindon have signed an old Southampton, or an ex-Southampton goalkeeper. They've signed in this week, and I think that, yeah, Swindon signed him, and Crewe have signed someone from Preston, I think. So I'm going to, Lewis, I think it is, going to make sure I photograph plenty of them tomorrow, just for stock in the Crewe and the Swindon top. So yeah, always keep an eye on Twitter for any stories that come out. Do your research, like tonight, you know, the night before when you're doing your team sheet, have a quick look on the Twitter feeds, see if there's any sign-ins, especially this time of year. It's really busy with sign-ins with the transfer window being open, and you just never know what you might pick up on tomorrow. And just sending one stock image in of a new signed player might get you a use, you just don't know. But anyway, cover as many avenues as you can. But anyway, yeah, from me and my new armchair, all I need is a pipe. But yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've got a game tomorrow, have a great game. And remember to post your favourite images on the Facebook group. We've had an influx of the joining members this week, which is fantastic. So I'm trying to keep up and going through all the Facebook posts from all the new members. So yeah, it's great to have a few more of you on board, and keep them images coming in. And jobs are good. And incidentally, I've got to go on Facebook now and put a bit of a challenge for next week's banner. So, and I'll change tonight's banner now. But anyway, have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave all your comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can and catch up next week. All the best. Jobs are good.